Hi everyone, this is Michael, and
Mateo,
we made it.
we made it. We did it.
We're here. We're not cycling tomorrow. I'm not
No.
cycling tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not planning on
No.
cycling tomorrow.
My bike has gotten to the point where it's so wrecked that a checkup is like the minimum.
Oh yeah.
Like my gears need to be fixed. The tires need to be replaced because they've gone so smooth.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get to the celebrations in a sec. Although, jump.
Let's go, boys.
Let's go, boys.
Let's go, boys. That was my
Saying throughout.
my mantra.
Whenever there were high moments and whenever there were low moments, Mateo would always say, "Let's go, boys."
Yeah, it was just like I knew if I said boys,
Mm.
it like piss like the man inside me.
If I
Said-
didn't care, I
If I said
literally
let's go,
didn't
man,
care.
you'll be a man once you
I-
finish the trip.
See,
Before
that
that,
was
you're
cool.
cool.
Yeah, he said this is like our, what's it called? In the they do the thing, the
Oh,
Jews.
Yeah.
They do like the manhood celebration.
Yeah.
So this was our manhood challenge,
Exactly. Yeah.
and we made it to the end.
Yeah.
So we're men.
I'm in now, I think.
All right, cool. So let's go, men.
Exactly.
Anyway.
It doesn't have the same sound to it. But
No, let's go, boys. Also, I never realized it. Although today you started with "Let's go, girls," and that was
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, it's
I
good.
looked at him a bit funny. I was like, okay, right, boys, one thing, girls.
That's like yeah. We were just. I think we were going pretty slow or something. That's the point.
We were not.
Yeah.
Today
Well,
was our fastest cycle. Was my fastest cycle ever,
Yeah.
which is kind of impressive because I've done shorter cycles.
It was a
Anyway.
great day.
It was a great day. How did it start? We started off by having breakfast. We actually got
Breakfast.
breakfast this morning.
The
Slept in a
best
nice bed.
breakfast I've ever had.
Hell
They
yeah.
just brought everything you wanted to you,
It's true.
and you asked for refills like orange juice
And they would
water.
just refill it, and you didn't have to think about it.
They had tea. That's
Yeah, who has
random.
tea? You know, in Sardinia.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
So I
had
went
tea.
for tea, biscuits, cake. And they kept bringing stuff, and like there was no way we could finish it. Like I'm
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
one where I'm like
Try
I'll
to
be
finish
polite,
everything.
I'm polite. Like
No, that's not happening.
they just kept bringing more stuff, so I was like, I can't finish this.
No,
Obviously,
no,
they're
no.
not expecting me to eat all.
They're
of
not
this.
expecting you. There's no way. Because they brought us cake. They brought us biscuits. They brought us like a bunch of like fette biscottate, which are like what are they like cracker bread kind of thing. Then they
Bread.
brought us a bunch of bread. They brought us a bunch of jams, a
Yeah.
bunch of like
Freshly
there's even
made
honey,
jams from
freshly
the-
made, yeah, exactly, freshly made jams.
Yeah.
They brought us all the drinks we wanted. I think we finished 2 whole things of juice.
Yeah.
We got water, we got tea, coffee, whatever we wanted.
It was great.
It was a good way to start the
Sam,
day.
if you're watching this, you would have loved today.
You would have absolutely adored it. I think we
Because-
mentioned you at breakfast. We're like, this is what Sam wanted.
We had done 0 kilometers,
Yeah,
and this is our last day. We had done 0 kilometers, and we were well fed.
yeah, very well fed. So well fed that we went on for a while. But we'll get to that. So we started off the day actually by telling our story a little bit to the people.
Oh, yeah.
They're quite interested in it. So
So like, who are these chaps?
yeah, who are these mad?
They
lads?
show up at 7:30 in the evening.
Yeah.
Say they've been cycling all day,
Yeah.
eat food, and then like during dinner last night, did we say this? We were just so tired.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I've to my understanding, I was talking to 2 guys today, and they said there's basically been a heat wave till
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
So we were cycling a somewhat arduous path in a heat wave, basically.
No, I think the second hills, we were definitely hitting something because I've never sweated so much in my life.
Which is impressive.
We knew today was our last day to get
Yeah.
home.
So we were excited.
All going well, like it's about 120k, and like we knew that we had that in the bag,
Yeah.
and it was supposed to be flat. So we're like, we're just gonna go home.
Yeah.
I think- That
So we
was
started off strong.
Yeah, really strong.
We just went
We didn't take a break till like
50 kilometers. Didn't we?
50k, and
We didn't. Well, we took like a 2-minute break to get bottles of water in the shop, but I'm not gonna count that.
You'd think we'd be tired having done all the 1,300 by that point.
This was my fastest recorded cycle on Sunto, and I've been recording the cycles for us, which means it was my fastest recorded cycle ever,
Yeah.
which means it was our fastest cycle of the trip.
I'd be curious to look into like what does recovery mean? You know,
Yeah.
like nowadays, like recover a lot, recover.
Oh yeah, because the reason is my watch tells me you should recover X number of hours,
Yeah.
or you're overtraining by so much.
Yeah.
I think at my peak, I was overtraining by almost 6 times the limit,
Yeah.
which is way overtraining, right? You're not even close to training normally at that point. And so it's just, yeah, exactly. What does recover me?
Yeah, I'd be curious if you did a video on that, because I remember a guy called Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think it was him. He did like a video, and it was like, I hate guys nowadays in the gym. They'll do a few sets, then they'll go on their phone for like 5 minutes, and then they'll do another set.
Yeah.
He was like, I'll just recover just enough so I can do the next set, and then I'll do the next set. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just be curious what the recovery.
Yeah. I think it depends. So there's intra-set recovery, and then there's inter-workout recovery, basically. I mean, in general, just to give the general idea, I assume the way it manages it is when you are fully back in business, right? When you are 100% ready to go again, so all your systems are fully recovered.
I don't think he means 100. I think he means like 50. I don't know.
It might be that, or it might be when you're recovered enough to have a good stimulative workout again.
But the fact that we've done now 100k plus,
a lot. Like I realized in France, we cycled for 13 days, and here I'm including a relaxed day, and I'm including our first day, which we just kind of rushed to the campsite, and we did, so in 13 days we did about 1,200 kilometers, which is an average of just under 100 kilometers a day, which for two non-cyclists, right? And I wasn't even particularly training endurance.
The fact that after all that we did our fastest today, I'm just curious what recovery and like how much is necessary. Obviously, I do think recovery is important, and I know in running you can
there's potentially a lot of people that would be like, you guys are risking it.
Yeah. So
but also, I feel great.
Yeah, we did. The good thing about our first 50k, I'll say, is that we were joined by two very young men.
Absolutely.
That
completely
destroyed us.
It demolished us.
So they were 70 years old.
Yeah, 169 and 170, who literally got their actual ages.
And they were doing a 215k cycle, which is way above what we have done so far. Obviously, they didn't have panniers on, and they had a lot less weight. And
they also had somebody accompanying them.
They did a way less hillier route to get.
They did a very flat route.
Yeah, but still, they were really fast.
Point is,
and for 70, like this guy's legs muscles, one of them, which is massive.
Which, to my knowledge, was actually the non-cyclist. One of them was an ex-professional.
Yeah.
And the other one just liked cycling a bit.
Yeah, but we were like trying to keep up with them, and they were going at a pace. There was a point I think I broke away, like from you guys, like you and the other one, and the guy was just always right behind me. Like I just like going fast.
Oh, and no, you didn't break away.
Yeah, that guy was just.
No, he like at one point you sped up.
Yeah.
And there was no breakaway.
And then once I went to the front,
I saw it, and he was like started going. There was no breakaway.
That guy, that 70-year-old.
No, but all three of us.
You guys were a little bit more behind, but that guy was on my shoulder.
Like 5 meters.
That guy was on my shoulder. He was like, "This isn't even high."
No, they were beasts. They were absolute beasts.
We followed him for the first 50k. I think that's one of the reasons why our first 50k was so fast.
Yeah.
2 hours.
So we did our fastest 50k today.
Was it 2 hours 18 minutes or something?
2 hours. Yeah, like 2 hours and 18, 19, something like that. I just remember it was less than 2 hours 20.
Yeah, we had a little break as well in between.
Yeah.
Do a little water break.
Yeah, a little water break, everything, and we still killed it.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But then eventually we lost the old men.
Well, yeah, eventually
that was before the 50k, wasn't
it? So we lost the old men.
Yeah.
Then I think they got a little lost.
Yeah.
So they kind of stopped because we knew the directions better.
We had Google Maps. They were maps.
No, they were just.
No, he was. The guy in the car had a proper like.
Oh really?
Map. Yeah. They had a guy in the car following them. I was at the back and I was like, this car like it can skip us. Like there's no reason why it shouldn't skip us, and he was just following me.
Yeah.
He had actual map and he was giving them directions.
Wild. Yeah, at one point I'm like, guys, modern technology.
Yeah, so they missed the left.
Yeah.
And then we kept going, but then
we followed them. No, then basically what happened was we turned.
Yeah.
They figured it out, but they were really close, so they didn't catch up is a big word. But then we eventually got to a town again, and then we just completely lost him.
Completely lost him. We saw the guy
But
in
I think
car.
the guy in the car lost him too.
Yeah, we lost him as well.
Because he passed by me, and mind you, I didn't know what this guy looked like.
Yeah.
I knew there was a car somewhere, and he goes, and I was like, what are you talking about? And after a little while, he's just stopped ahead, and he's like, do you know where they are?
Yeah.
And we'd completely lost him.
Completely.
But we were flats. We were flying.
Yeah,
today.
we just kept going. Like,
Yeah. We were killing it today.
Yeah, we thought if we could have gained a little buffer in front of them, maybe we beat them.
No.
But that didn't happen. And then we ended up getting our own little like country roads. that
Yeah,
kinda
we went completely
The
off
thing
track.
about us and the navigator specifically, Mike, who was deciding the roads and Google Maps, is that we'll do 100k. 100k does not mean a flat road,
No.
like, nice.
This is
little-
not your typical road
Tarmac.
cycling 100k.
Yeah.
So for anyone who does road cycling, cool. Try one with
Yeah.
off road.
There was a bit of mountain biking today.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you go on these dirt trails,
Mm-mm.
and then I think
Luckily today the trails were pretty nice.
very good. There were some points where I was like, "This is."
Yeah, but like in comparison to some of the trails you see, they were
Yeah.
really good. You know what I mean?
But then I don't know, like a stroke of luck.
Yeah.
Just after 50k,
Yeah.
we found this abandoned like.
Church.
I think it was an agriturismo.
Oh, that thing. Oh, that I think. It looked like a weird campsite. Like
Yeah.
potentially there was like
A
a
fountain.
fair there beforehand or something.
Yeah,
I
but it was
don't-
all like burnt
No, I don't think it
down.
was an agriturismo. It was like it looked like they hosted stuff there in the
Yeah.
past. You know what I mean?
Maybe they still do.
Yeah.
But
no,
it was-
they didn't because it was all run down.
It was in the shade,
Yeah.
like loads of shade.
Loads of
trees,
shade,
and there were
loads of
actual
trees.
tables. I thought
Yeah.
this is the perfect place to stay
Yeah.
for the last day. Have some lunch.
Which the lunch.
Yeah, but you kept going about it because I think you were like, I want to get to.
I didn't think about it. It's just because, to be fair, after the first 50k, I was kind of on a roll.
Yeah.
I was just going, and so I didn't even think about stopping. You know what I mean? It's like when you said it, I was like, yeah, that absolutely makes sense. But it just
Because
wasn't
for
in my
me,
head.
it was like like when the curtains open and
Yeah.
you're like in heaven. I was like, this is what we want because we lived in on side of roads where like trucks have been flying at us.
Like you'd be there and you'd be like,
Yeah, or no shade, or like
Yeah.
in a park.
So this was
This was the middle of
Right.
nowhere. You
This
could
is very
eat,
nice.
chill, and we had an amazing lunch.
amazing lunch. We ate the leftovers from yesterday
Yeah.
of piglet and
Oh, it was so good.
so good.
Sandwich with piglet. I actually really like piglet.
Yeah,
I don't like the brains. I tried that yesterday.
they were pretty.
Michael likes the brains.
Yeah.
It's such a weird consistency. The fact that I'm even eating
Yeah.
brain is just scares me.
It's a texture, dude.
Like I don't know. Yeah, the consistency and texture, like even.
No,
the-
but consistency is. It's
Oh,
not
sorry.
Italian.
Yeah, thinking Italian. Like yeah. No, the texture of it is so weird.
It's like it's very spreadable.
Yeah, it's like butter.
Yeah, it's like a creamy butter, like a
Yeah.
thick. Well, it's like a thick cream
Yeah.
almost.
But we
It's
had a great,
very odd thing to start
great
describing.
lunch at the table.
Yeah.
Eating the marinetta, which is a pretty heavy thing to eat for lunch.
It is a pretty heavy thing to eat.
But I think eventually.
But we
got
didn't
back-
eat much. We had like a few pieces, and like small, like we had little small pieces of bread.
Yeah.
Because I've been very conscious. Well, first of all, I haven't been hungry recently, and today I figured out why.
Yeah. Why is it actually?
But first, I first was like, okay, I need to eat less because after the 140k,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to eat much.
Yeah.
So
'cause
it's
you
like I
kinda
prefer just
ate
eat a
loads.
little more later, like after the cycle or whatever. I ate too much, and I didn't want that to happen again.
Because what happens, I think, you just hadn't eaten a lot,
Mhm.
and then you ate so much. That
Yeah. So I was like,
Same
okay, even if I'm
problem.
hungry, I'm just gonna top up, maybe have a little bit, and then stop. And then I can just ask for an extra break. Like we can just be like, hey, do you mind taking an extra break? I'm getting kind of hungry. Or like I feel my blood sugar dropping. At that point, maybe I even have some sweets or something like just to keep my blood sugar. But the last 2 days, I haven't been hungry.
Mm.
Like literally not hungry. And when you burn as many calories as we have, not being hungry at all. Like, I remember yesterday we had a fantastic dinner. I wasn't hungry at all. Like I
Yeah.
forced myself to eat because I was like, I have to eat.
Yeah, that's probably something to do with why maybe people recover. I don't know, maybe that's overtraining.
No. So I found out what it was.
Okay.
I'm quite certain I know what it was because today my stomach started to close.
Yeah.
Literally, like it started to hurt in the second half of that. Like after that,
Yeah.
it started to hurt. Like I didn't want to go anymore because I was like, oh, it's hurting. And it's because we have sweat so much in the last 2 days,
Yeah.
and we haven't had electrolytes in the last 2 days.
Yeah.
And so I am 99% certain it is just a lack of electrolytes because I have sweat them all the way.
Yeah.
And I just need to top up my whatever magnesium, potassium, whatever's in that. And once I do that, I have a feeling
Yeah, I might do that as well.
Yeah.
Usually I don't take drugs, but
it's not
I'll make an
drugs.
exception.
It's a supplement.
Yeah.
It's because you don't get enough in your diet, and when you do this kind of hard exercise, you're gonna top.
Yeah. So I actually
So-
found that.
so-
No, but just saying that, like, I have been hungry, but I wouldn't say I was as hungry as I've been like the last few days as well. Like, I do eat, but a little bit. I wouldn't eat. A lot.
Yeah, I think it has to do with a
So it
similar
could be the
reason.
same thing.
Because the reason I'm so confident as well is because on one of the last trips I did, I had a similar issue where I just wasn't hungry. And now I got indigestion at the time, and that's what caused it at the beginning. But then the next day, I remember I sweat a ton, and then I just wasn't hungry for 2 days. And like, these are tough trips. Not being hungry means you lose a lot of energy, right? Because your body is lacking it. And I took electrolytes. Like, I kind of forced myself to take more than you would usually think because of a guy called Shane. Actually, he was nice about it. He made sure that I ate and took electrolytes. And then I started feeling way better, and it was more the electrolytes than the food, because the food I honestly barely ate. I barely ate, and then I felt that rush of hunger come back to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm quite certain that's what it was, because I've been sweating so much. Like, even this morning we started, and I was already dripping sweat. You know, and like, we barely started.
That's true.
Like, I didn't feel much effort, and I was already dripping sweat.
Yeah.
So I'm quite certain that's what it is.
Alright. Well, then after the video, we'll probably go get electrolytes.
Well, we might pass by a pharmacy, just top up.
Because I do feel, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, because even we just had dinner there or lunch, and we didn't eat too much.
Well, like, we ate more, but again, I wasn't hungry.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to eat. That's why I'm. And for the last 2 days, it's been that. Like, before the last 2 days, I've been fine. The last 2 days, it's I have to eat, because otherwise I will shrink into non-existence. But I haven't been hungry at all, which is very weird, because I'm a hungry person, right? I can eat for days. And when you have such nice food in front of you, like, I just finish it all. And the fact that I didn't want to touch it was very weird.
Oh yeah, we finished lunch in this beautiful, magical place.
Beautiful area.
If you ever see Lord of the Rings, just think of like, you know, the elves in the forest. That's what I think of it as.
What's
you know,
it
like,
called?
what's the queen?
Elrond. No,
not Elrond. The other one, the one in the dark forest, the one with the woman who's like by the well.
I think I know what you mean, but no.
Never mind.
It was very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice. Like, especially it was kind of like a little slice of heaven in the middle of like a grueling trip.
Because it's very warm, like
very
arid desert. To find shade is hard.
Yeah, it's like mid-30s.
Yeah.
I don't know what the temperature is. There isn't a cloud in the sky, which sounds lovely, but it means there's no shade and there's no trees because it's an arid area, right? Like, we were looking at the crops and everything was kind of dried away.
In fact,
so we're just
literally maybe 10k after lunch, we saw fire in the fields, which we knew we were back home then.
Yeah, we were like, look at us.
But there was like proper fire, and I was like,
the plastic had melted from like the signpost on the side of the road and everything.
Because it was so dry. So that's
police was handling that and all. So
that was fun. I was like, thank God Google Maps didn't put us through those roads.
yeah.
We kind of avoided it.
Because sometimes we do pass through that kind of area.
Yeah,
so it's not
been roads
impossible,
we could have totally passed through.
And we passed right beside it too. So very arid. It was very nice to find out lunch. So then we kept going anyway.
Played some Sardinian music.
And we were kind of like debating, we might just finish this all in one go, because it was around 70k. And you know, when you're hyped to get home, we were actually feeling pretty good.
What I will describe is like, we were on a plane, which is the Cagliari plane. And so you could start seeing, even from far away, the mountains that are similar to what we know.
They were just slightly north. So they look practically the same.
Practically the same of what home. And slowly, bit by bit, every like 5-10k, you notice something else. Like, I know there's a cell tower right behind where we live. and
And you
it's
spotted
on the
it?
mountain. I spotted it, but it was like here, and usually it's behind us. And I was like, all right. You started to get little pieces
and
of your
then
home.
I started recognizing like the town names like very well.
Yeah.
Being like, oh, my aunt drives there for work
Yeah.
very regularly. Oh, somebody from my school used to commute from here.
Yeah.
This is it was like, oh my god, we're
So
getting close.
you know you're getting close, and I think that's what got it. We were just like, let's go. We still had 70K to go, but slowly it became 40, then 30.
Yeah.
And then by that point, I think
And we were
stopped.
feeling good. The only thing was that we had broth instead of water because it was so warm.
Yeah, the water was.
It's disgusting.
I was drinking it, but it was just like it was warm. Like, you
Yeah.
could
To be
make
honest,
tea out of it.
I think I needed the water so much though that I didn't care.
Yeah. Oh no, me neither.
Mm-mm.
But it was very warm. But
So it
then,
kind of just went.
yeah. Eventually,
I mean-
we got to towns that I even
Yeah.
knew,
Sick.
which
Yeah.
is pretty impressive.
Yeah. Because for some reason I know the towns better. I don't
We are
know.
further away than Cali. I think when we got to Dichimo Butsu or Dichimo Mano,
This one.
like I know those pretty. Like I've
That's
heard of
fair.
them. Dichimo, I think, just means it's 10 kilometers away or something from Cali. I don't know if you knew that. That's why there's Sétimo.
But it wasn't.
Or like this. Anyway.
I don't think so.
Anyway, we were getting into towns, and these roads, I think, started getting better. Although the amount of potholes on the side of
The
the road,
roads here are so bad.
on roads,
Oh,
like
that's all
it's
right.
deadly.
I
Like,
love this place, but the
Yeah.
infrastructure is atrocious.
yeah, like there were some roads, there's some dirt roads like that are meant for cars. It's like a provincial road. And I
Yeah.
was like, how the hell does a car even?
Dude, to be
pass
fair,
this?
do you remember we were on a dirt road?
Yeah.
And you were kind of like, oh, fucking dirt road, whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a provincial road. Like, this is an officially marked, maintained road. And it was a straight up dirt road.
I think that's when we were near the canal.
Yeah.
We were comparing it to the French canal.
Yeah, we were like, oh, imagine the French tourists on
It
their
was a very
boats.
small canal with fish though. So
Yeah, there were fish, which is surprising.
you never know. But yeah, we started inching our way closer.
We started then getting to places we'd been a lot. Like we got to Elmas, which is
Yeah.
like we'd gone.
Well, that's
We'd
it.
used to swim there a lot. Similarly, I hadn't been there a lot, but I knew people from there, and so it started getting like, oh, it's more and more.
I think
and
when we
more
got to
and more.
Elmas, I was like, alright, we're in Cali.
Yeah, Elmas home stretch because the airport's there. So every time we fly in, we just take the car or whatever from there. So that's home stretch. You know what I mean?
And then we
The only problem in that area was there was no way of getting from where we were to the insides of Cagliari without passing on what is basically a motorway, right?
it's
Not
the
officially a
Sardinian
motorway.
version of it.
Yeah, it's because it's such a small place.
Yeah.
It's not a motorway.
But to be
It's
fair,
it's like it's just a dual carriageway kind of bigger road.
yeah, we were on because our mother, bless her, she told us the entire trip. Like we've gone.
No,
through
not the entire trip. She started this like a week before the trip started.
Yeah. So
Like-
if you're watching, she
Yeah.
told us like
No
we've
matter
been-
what you do.
we've been through roads in France,
Yeah.
Ireland.
Yeah.
You know,
We've
some
been
roads,
through
we
some
don't know
dodgy
these roads,
areas,
So we're just
yeah.
going in, and then we'll have to. We've been
We've
through
been through
motorways.
non-roads.
We've been on motorways.
We've been on motorways.
We've been on all sorts of roads.
Yeah.
Like just sometimes farmers' fields. Like you don't know.
Everything.
You don't know what's around the corner.
Everything. I remember there was one time we were going along the river
Yeah.
and the Rhone, sorry.
Yeah.
And I heard gunshots and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, and-
I really hope that nothing goes wrong here.
But our mother was like, make sure, no matter what you do not go on the road we went, which was the Strada Statale. Now,
Yeah.
bear in mind, Mom, if you're watching, we were only on it for 5 minutes.
Not even.
We
like
went
2
off
minutes.
it.
We came in and we went back out within like
But she didn't care about all the other roads we've been on.
literally middle of
there's
France, middle of nowhere.
Like, yeah. But
Who
these are
knows
busy
what could
roads,
happen?
Busy roads.
Literal
Like when we
motorway.
went to the motorway, we were going downhill into the motorway, and then
it
we
was
had to
packed full of
we had to go
cars.
to the other side of the motorway to
Yeah.
pass through cars that were moving.
And that was like 4 carriages as well.
yeah. So like we did go on the road.
Yeah.
And
We
it was
did.
fine. It was actually chill. It's a motorway, but it's a Sardinian version of a
It's
motorway.
a small. It's
So you've got Sardinian cars, which generally go slower, and so it was totally fine. And you had like loads of space on the side.
and it was a dual carriageway with exactly loads of
Yeah.
space on the side. It was really not a big deal. Like I've
Yeah.
and now she's probably gonna watch this. But I've previously taken this road on the bike for much longer stretches.
And I looked it up just to make sure all this. We actually can go on state roads. It's
Yeah.
really legal. There's no problem with it.
Because it's not a
Because
motorway.
it's not a motorway.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
Anyway,
we're on
but it's because people here don't drive the best. In fact,
Yeah.
we'll get to that in a sec.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, yeah. So
Actually,
we're on
that's
road.
actually kind of funny.
Well, hold on,
We
hold
talk
on,
about
hold
the
on.
first.
Anyway, so the thing is, we couldn't avoid that road. Is the point?
Yeah, yeah,
Like I couldn't because there was a
could've,
direction.
but
No. There
we'd
was a
have to
direction
go-
we could have gone.
Yeah.
But I've gone that direction, and as I was telling you, I've gone that direction before. I had to go all the way in, and then realized there was absolutely no way out of this. Literally, because it ended in just a field that didn't even have a little track. Like it was just
I was
nothing.
just thinking of this other route. Bear in
Uh-huh.
mind. So you know the industrial zone. Instead of going right, you go left.
Sure, but then you
That
still
brings you
end
all
up.
the
No, you
way-
still end up on the proper road.
It's not a dual carriageway. It's just it's a faster road, but it wouldn't be too bad. You know the one you go down and then up.
That's a
and
strada
past?
statale.
I don't know. But it feels.
It's
less
the
dangerous.
130 de
It
131.
feels less dangerous anyway.
It's way more dangerous, dude. I preferred the road we were on. Like I was considering it. I was literally
Yeah.
thinking, should we take that one or this one? And I know that that there's a speed limit area there, and no one respects it, right?
Or we could have gone to Granada.
No. Anyway, no, but we still had to cross through.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So we still had to, like, as far as I know. Also, I was like,
In the end, it was fine. And to be fair, we've been on a lot more
a lot worse
dangerous
roads,
situations, and I think
Yeah.
we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, so we get in and we're like, woo, we're in Cagliari, hell yeah. We go up this road, and Matteo's like, I have no clue where we are.
Yeah, that was funny. So we got off this big road, and then we
Mhm.
were on this road, which I know we got in us. It's
Mhm.
known for a lot of good reasons in Cagliari.
Yeah,
Professional
reasons.
Yeah. it's yeah. Anyway, we're going up the road. So I knew the name of the road and I knew the beginning of the road.
Mhm.
But then we just kept going. And we
Mhm.
were still like 5K away from the house. And I was like, I have no idea. It's a part of the town.
Which you
Cagliari,
never go to.
But I've never
You've
been.
no reason to ever go.
And I don't. Do you even know the name of the area? Like,
Well, I've been there a few times because
Yeah.
once I got brought to a Chinese restaurant there.
yeah.
Um,
Is that where the ice skating is?
no.
Oh, okay.
No. Then I previously, the reason I knew that we had to cross there was because I previously ran into that issue
Yeah.
a previous trip. So I actually knew it because of that
Yeah.
as well. So
I'd be
it's-
curious to find out what the
it's not an
name-
area I go to much. I've been there a few times.
I'd be curious to find out what the name of the area is.
Yeah.
But anyway, we see the sign Cagliari, and we're
Yeah.
going through this road, and this big area
Mm-mm.
that I have no idea what it is. 'Cause I've never
And it
been.
just kind of goes on for a while, and you're like,
So I was like, oh, we're home.
home, but like, where are we?
Where are we? It's just like the
And
other
like,
side of-
I don't recognize it much either. I recognize it
Yeah.
a bit more because I've had to,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah. So
But then eventually we got on the road
yeah,
to.
we got on semi-familiar roads.
No,
you know
once
the road.
we got to. You know where the university is?
Yeah.
You know the roundabout?
Yeah.
Like right before that, I've been there loads of times, so I knew where it was.
Mhm.
But that was just coming up the hill to where the hospital is.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd been there, so I knew.
But then we turned off that, no?
Yeah, then we went down towards your old school. After that.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was still getting to that.
Okay.
There was still more area. There was like another area where I was like, oh, I recognize this, decent.
Yeah.
And then we passed through a bunch of semi-familiar. You know when it's like you've seen it, but you're not 100% sure. Anyway, then we got to familiar areas,
Yeah.
and then it was basically home stretch.
And then we knew either time you had to get home. Like I
Yeah.
think once we passed your old middle school.
Oh, then
I don't know
that was literally
Did
the last
Google
like
Maps tell
500
you to
meters.
turn left or
No.
tell you to go straight ahead?
No,
I was
no.
like, do you go left? Then you go because I knew where it was.
Yeah. Like I've gone straight ahead. I've gone left.
Yeah.
You know, you've done all these routes
Yeah.
before. Like that's where I used to walk home from middle school. So
Yeah.
you know,
So I was like, I was just really happy to be.
yeah, that was
So
home stretch.
when we were on the road near the market, I was like, alright, we're at home. Like I
Yeah.
was like, bear in mind I had to cross the road to turn left with all the cars.
Yeah. It's a,
But once we were down to
it's I'd say that's more dangerous than the Stella.
Oh yeah, 100%. But then we got to the roundabout, we got San Benedetto,
Yeah.
and then we got Paoli.
And then it was home stretch.
And then Michael obeyed the laws of
Yeah, I
direction.
definitely didn't go against.
Yeah,
but it's one of the places I've cycled a lot, so I know how it works. You know?
Yeah, there were no cars, so it was fine.
Yeah, exactly.
But we got to Via Pizzolo, and then we were just like,
Giving out where your address, dude.
huh?
Why are you giving away your address?
Oh fuck. Cut that out.
Get that out.
We got home.
We got home. We got to Nana's house. It's not our house. We never beat it.
We got home and we were just
So we got here and we said hello to our grandmother.
Yeah.
And then we kind of just showered.
Yeah, well, we were sweaty, very sweaty. And
I was so sweaty that I had to, wait around a little bit. Salt started forming, which is not unusual, but I like kind of brushed off a little bit of sweat, and there was so much salt that I started scraping my own skin.
Yeah.
Which, so if I haven't lost electrolytes then, I've definitely lost them now.
No, you definitely lost them.
Yeah.
But it was just so good to be home, see familiar faces.
Yeah.
See the door that we know, it's the house door. After, I think it accumulates, like the amount of K we did, like even today I realized we've done like 1,500 and something. And it's just like
100K by 100K, then.
It's
because to be fair, we've done how many days of cycling? We did 13 days of actual cycling in France. We've done 2 days here, which is 15, and then we did 1 day in Ireland.
Yeah.
We had a few very light days, so like Ireland, 1-2 days in France were quite light.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, we've done, 1,400 or
534
kilometers.
Yeah, in total.
So we averaged more than 100K a day.
No, because we had 16 days.
Oh shit! Yeah.
And we had
Sorry,
rest
my bad.
days. I don't think we're counting.
We're not counting like of cycling days.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had one rest day.
Yeah, we had one rest day. Exactly. I'm not.
We had rest day. We had 1 day, and it's just because we arrived early in France. Because of how much we were pushing it, that we were like, oh well, I guess we just.
Well, we had nothing to do.
We can't swim.
Unless we go on a random 100-kilometer cycle.
Unless we go to like Marseille and the Calanque just for some elevation.
But no, I wasn't having it. I remember that day, I was in the one 5 square meter area all day, excluding 2 times.
Yeah.
Once to go to the bathroom and once to go get us dinner.
Yeah, that camping had all the amenities like swimming pool and everything.
I didn't move.
I'll just stay by the
Yeah.
camp.
I did not care. I couldn't have cared less.
But yeah, no, I think once we finally arrived to Cali, it's still sinking in the amount we've done. But it was
But it was so weird. We were here and I was like, wow, I know everywhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I said this today during the cycling. I was like, ending the trip at home is just so nice because we kind of went from home to home.
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah.
Because I lived on the boat.
Yeah.
This is my home in Ireland, and so just to finish it and you're getting closer to home, it's just I think it's the best way to finish for the cycling.
And then we got a little bit of nice food prepared for us by Granny. So,
she made some nice food as well, and we had a shower finally. I finally was able to wash my hair. So I didn't bring any shampoo or.
Well, I mean, you used a bit of the soap you had to wash it a little bit, right? Disgusting.
That was just body
Absolutely.
soap. That was body soap for me.
No.
I can't put it everywhere in my body and then put it in my hair.
Well, start with your hair then.
Yeah, but it's been on my body last time.
First of all, it's soap. Can you clean soap? I don't know. But you can always scrub it down the next time and then it'll get rid of that. Whatever. Anyway, better than not doing it.
Finally washed my hair. Let's go, boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was just so happy to be home. And then we were looking at the kilometers we did. And yeah. So
and the map on Sunto, very, very cool.
Yeah, I like to see the whole map
that
we did from beginning to end. And it's been
It's
been a wild journey, and it's felt so intense. I was saying this the other day. It's I called my brothers, and I was like, "They're like, oh, we just saw you 2 weeks ago." I was like, "Bro, it's been 2 weeks." Been 2 weeks
with a capital W, capital EEKS.
I've seen you ages ago, but I will mention.
Yeah.
And I know Mike has got some competitive spirit in him. We met some guys here. I think we were saying. And they were doing 250 kilometers.
15.
And that really humbled us on our last day. 70-year-olds just doing double, a little less than double what we were doing.
And they were just cruising.
They were just chilling. So we were like.
So we still have places to go and more adventures.
We still have adventures to do. So I'd recommend in the comments to write down what adventure we should do next or what challenge we should do.
Give us not even next, just in general.
Yeah, just in general. We definitely have.
What challenges do you propose? Any kind, not just endurance ones, but absolutely good idea.
It doesn't have to be cycling. Cycling is just a tool for me.
Yeah, it does not have to. It can be running. It can be swimming. It can be, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, I think that'd be very cool. I have some ideas in mind. I love how we just arrived, and I was like, but it puts you in this mindset doing these kind of challenges.
Like, you gave me a few ideas, and I'm like, hold on, I need to write this down.
Yeah, doing these kind of challenges just gives you like a mindset like, of what else can I do? Because I've already pushed myself so hard. How far can I?
Yeah, and it's like, and you finish it, and you're like, I could have pushed myself harder.
Oh, there were definitely moments. Like we were thinking this, like, did we actually need a rest day in the wire or whatever?
Yeah, because we didn't. The answer is
29K.
We really didn't.
Yeah, I was like, even Mike was talking sometimes. I was like, I have no concept of what my limit is. So like, I don't, like you say 100K, 120K. I think I started my longest cycle was 56K.
Ever.
And I remember I was dead afterwards. So the fact that I've done so much in like 2 weeks, it's just nuts.
Yeah, it's mental.
Now
and genuinely, excluding 1 or 2 harder days, and I think they were more about learning how my body works.
Yeah.
I genuinely think we could push ourselves harder if we wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Now, is that what you want to do? That's a different story. And the answer is yes.
I want to see God.
Yeah, exactly. What is it? Mateo had a pretty good quote that he told me. I think it's from like Joe Rogan or something. And it's what is it? Pass out before I tap out. I really like that.
I thought it was funny. Now we have come close to like not.
Yeah, we definitely had our few struggle moments.
I'd say like, just to the top of my head, my hardest moments was probably the first day, which is crazy. It was 56K.
Yeah, that last 10K for you.
Yeah, the second day as well, the 130K. And probably I would say yesterday.
Yes. Okay.
On the second hill part, where we were sweating.
Yeah.
And
you were like, I see stars.
And I remember I got to the top and I felt lightheaded and I felt my head throbbing here. I was like, okay, so I'm finding England.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is, but I'm getting closer than I was.
Exploring it.
Yeah, definitely exploring it. So it was but then you do it, and like yesterday we did a great day of cycling.
Absolutely. And then we today we killed it. We destroyed it.
Yeah, so
it's funny because you do recover, right?
Those are probably 2 days I saw God the most.
3.
3. Yeah, 3 days.
For me, let me think. The 140K day, that was a struggle. Because the thing is, I messed up, and then I messed up on top of that, so it was just hell the entire time.
That was food induced, which would be the same for the first 2 days as well for me.
Yesterday, when I was in Balza, was a bit of a rough spot. But I wouldn't say like
Lagle rough or
what?
Lagle rough or just
no. Lagle I wasn't like Lagle I was tired, but it wasn't rough, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Yesterday I was having a moment of doubt, definitely. You know, I was like, oh, I don't feel so good. But then I kind of picked myself up back so quickly that I'm not considering it hugely. How did that 130K go actually? How was I during that?
The second week you were fine.
Yeah.
I mean, you were tired.
Yeah,
but I think I was definitely more tired of the two of us.
Yeah, the 130K day I was fine.
But I'd say the 140 probably.
So 140 for me was a challenge, and it wasn't even about the distance. It was just I completely mismanaged.
Would you say the fact that like you in your head you wanted 240 yesterday? The fact that even though the 125 is probably the hardest day we've done so far.
It was the hardest. It was definitely
because of all the elevation.
Yeah.
Would you say like, if you had thought of it as a 125 day, your mindset about it would have
absolutely
been afterwards?
Absolutely.
Because I remember at dinner you were like, oh yeah, we did 125 days.
Yeah.
Bro, this is the hardest day we've done so far.
It was the hardest.
Like statistically, everywhere.
But mentally, when we were in Balza, we were still just starting.
Yeah.
So I did like in my head, I didn't have the option of quitting. Because we had just started. We still had a lot of kilometers to go. So it meant I kind of mentally, like, it took a second, but I just shifted back in because I just started. I have a lot to go. And then absolutely, because, like, for example, the 140K day, as much as we had to go, it was like we were nearing the end in a way. I don't know if you know what I mean. So when we were nearing it, it was kind of like, we're close enough in relation. But it was so big, the idea yesterday, that I, like, by the end of the hills, which is when you were feeling at your worst, I was full of it. Like, I was feeling good. Like, I was tired, don't get me wrong. But, like, mentally, I was like, all right, let's go. Like, it's grind time, baby. You know what I mean? And it was all because in my head, yesterday, I hadn't decided. Like for me, I was making it to Cagliari. It was only at the very end that I was like, okay, various reasons, let's stop. But in my head, I was not even halfway.
Yeah.
And you can't be dead. Sorry about that. Might have a little glitch, but that's fine. Not a problem. Anyway, what the last part finished off was basically saying, given that I wasn't even halfway, the brain was just like, you know, kind of still ready to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the body had to match. There wasn't an option. So I was like eating I was trying to eat, snack up a little, get my energy up. Yeah. And yeah, so basically the worst days for me were the 140k, 100%, just completely messed up. Also, in part, it was because we didn't have food. Like, we could have prepared better. I think in the moment, I did the best I could with the information I had.
Yeah, I think, that's what I mean. Like, I don't think we found our limit. I think the days we did suffer a lot was mostly because of lack of nutrition.
Lack of organization in different ways.
Electrolytes, or sometimes, we didn't have water, so like running out.
So we learned a lot about ourselves.
And we learned a lot about what we would do on another trip, like the bags for food.
We want, exactly. We want a specific bag to each
Which
have.
I think is totally doable on top of the panniers.
Oh, 100%. Like instead of the weird shopping bags, just have actual bags.
So my question to you is now, given that we've completed this adventure, 1,534 kilometers, home to home, half Irish, half Sardinian, we made it all the way.
Sure.
What adventures are tickling your fancy now?
A lot of them.
Okay.
So, I've always kind of liked endurance.
Yeah, I made a mistake of showing Michael a video right before we got onto the ferry to get to Sardinia. It was a video of this guy who'd done a 400-mile, which is 625 kilometers, on a bike race. Yeah. Like a bike race, it was that long. Yeah. And I think that's where I
was like, okay, well, this is doable.
Like, Mike, you know the stories like your dad will tell or your granddad will be like, oh yeah, back in my day, I did 5,000 kilometers to get to school. And Mike takes that serious. He's like, well, I guess I gotta do 5,000 more.
I want it to be true. Like when I tell my kids or grandkids or whatever, I want it to be like unquestionable. You know, it happened. And you can doubt all you want, but I know.
Because sometimes it is like an old fairy tale that they.
I'm like, no, look at the stats. I averaged that stuff. You know what I mean?
So it is dangerous. But So do you have any adventures in mind?
So you were mentioning a few kind of ultra running ones, which I think are very, very cool. We also mentioned some of the ultra triathlon type stuff. I've actually decided that in the next few days I'm going to really have a look at my training and try to really do a few things. One, kind of create a wish list, if you know what I mean. Okay, these are all the things over time I would like to do. And then the other one is, well, okay, how do I want to train right now? And I'm not 100% sure where I'm at that yet. So one, though, that I know I will do at some point is go around Sardinia on a bike in really quickly. So I haven't decided what the stats are. So in theory, I'd love to do it just in the one go. Yeah. But
bear in mind, the East Coast
is very hilly.
Ridiculous. Right? They did the Tour de France, I think. Giro d'Italia.
They might even do it. And
And they do a little bit of it. I don't do all of it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's one. After this specifically, because we didn't do it, I'm like, okay, I can't. First of all, I would like to do the one we didn't do, or at least north to south or south to north. Yeah. But then I have that idea in mind, specifically cycling. Even though I was thinking about it at certain points over the trip, and I would like to try potentially a longer, more runny walking type trip. Could be very interesting.
Like a hike, like a run/hike.
Potentially, yeah. I don't know.
Where we hunt our own food.
All right, that's you.
And then we live in the mountains for a few days.
Yeah, exactly. Potentially an impressive distance, but with no kind of external equipment.
Yeah, no bike. It's just you.
Exactly. So that's a potential idea.
I like that one a lot. Yeah. I think you can do it in Sardinia. I think it's doable.
How about you?
For me, I like the idea of running.
I apologize for the noise that's going to happen in the background. But.
Yeah, the running hunting trip That's probably
Mhm.
something I'd love to do.
Yeah.
I'd
So
love
you need a
to
hunting
do-
license, right?
Yeah, I want to do a 5K and I want to beat my dad's time. So
Yeah.
set 18 minutes or something.
That's your next goal, right?
That's probably my next immediate goal.
Uh,
And then probably an ultra marathon. I'd love to do like
That's fair.
100K kind of thing.
Yeah.
But first the marathon.
First the marathon. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely something that has to be done.
As for bike trips, I would say I'd love to do Italy.
Oh yeah. We've had a few ideas. So Italy
Yeah.
was one. Then there was Germany. There were, or
Yeah.
Switzerland was a
I
big
think-
one.
Either Italy or Spain would be my next ones.
Yeah.
Maybe Italy just because I'm Italian.
Yeah. Brilliant. I think we're gonna have to wrap it up there because I have a feeling stuff's gonna happen now. But thank you very much for following us on this journey,
Yeah.
and we'll see you next time. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. For the next
Bye-bye.
adventures.
Honestly.